everybody.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Welcome back to the Blossom Podcast, Season 3. Season 3, bro. How y'all doing? It's been a minute. I know y'all can't really respond, but oh my gosh, I can wait to like start back. Like,
Yes. This has been long overdue.
really long overdue. Like, I feel like I was supposed to start this like months ago, but life got in the way. So I had to like, rewind and reevaluate things and get my life together. And I actually just moved.
Yes.
So
Got the new crib out. Look how nice.
like a few months ago. So
Feng shui in here.
Feng shui. Yeah, so like that has been taking over my life for the last couple months. So that's where I've been. Where have you been, Amber?
I've been working like crazy though. I've been working. Yeah, pretty much. Just been working. I ain't been doing nothing working, At home.
Well, I guess I did kind of want to start off the episode with something like, I wanted to know, like, since it is the Blossom Podcast, obviously we're about the flowers and blooming and growing and, just getting better, How was your springtime? How was that, like, last couple months for you as far as, like, growth and, like, did you bloom this spring or did you retract? You know what I mean?
I feel like I kind of grew and then kind of retract a little bit. Like I kind of grew, like as far as trying to figure out like adult life and try to, get more maturity. I heard from one of my coworkers. She said like once you're like 26, like your brain is fully developed or whatever she said. So I was just like,
cow.
Yeah,
that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure though, right?
Yeah,
because like I feel like 26 is like, for me, I feel like 26 is like I'm just starting to live my life, bro. Like, for real. What do you mean? What do you mean fully developed? Like, I'm not fully developed. I don't feel like
I didn't feel like that last year when I was 26 and I'm 27. I'm like, damn.
You're getting older. Yeah. Sis. I still can't believe you're 27.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're going to be 27 soon, too.
I'm going to be 27 this year, too. But, like, I still feel like a baby. I still feel like I'm 23. Like, is that a bad thing?
But I'm actually proud of you with with your new place and everything. It looks so nice, and you've been saying you want to, do your own thing, and I'm proud of you. Save your money to get your own spot. So
yeah, man, it's been a lot. Like, I really appreciate like all of y'all for being there for me in that time, because like y'all know how long I've been talking about moving out my mom's house, like. And I know, like, I've been telling my mom and everything, too, but I just don't know if she, like, believed it or not. But I was, like, so serious. And I felt like I had the support of, my tribe. My tribe had my back on it. So I was like, you know what? I can do anything, with God's help, I could do anything I put my mind to. So this is my next chapter of my life, and I'm enjoying it so far. Like, this is my favorite era. Okay.
And I know your mom, like I seen her like when we was moving your stuff in, and she was seem all happy and excited for you too.
She was. It surprised me because I was like, damn, Mom. I know she's gonna miss me. I know she loves me to death. And like, it's just, I guess when I was at her house, I always felt like, we weren't as close as we should have been, or like, I love my mom to death, and I always felt that she loved me more than life, but it was just like, I guess because we're under each other all the time, it was kind of like, oh, you're smothering me, like, you know. But I didn't look at it that way all the time. But sometimes I was like, okay, mom, like, it's time for me to like spread my wings. And you know, I never disrespected her. I never like showed her like I didn't need her, because like I always need my mom. Like,
Of course.
I always need my mom. And I know that's a touchy subject for you, you know,
Fine.
but like, yeah, like I would never not need my mom, like, you know.
Of course.
And you know she would be there for you too, no matter what. So
Of
it's
course.
giving, it's giving stepmom. Anyways, let's get into this topic. I forgot. What is it?
Follow your gut. Follow your gut.
Follow your gut, or follow your instinct, or
Have there ever been a time where you was just like, dang, I should have followed my gut and I didn't?
I think more so when I was younger. I was a lot more easier. How do I say that? It was easier for me to be like pressured into things, like, or do stuff that I wasn't like 100% comfortable doing. And honestly, I hated it. Like, every time I did something and I felt like I should not have done it, I always feel like regret, or I always feel like, okay, maybe I should have not done that, or maybe I should have just been more realistic about the situation, instead of thinking like, oh, this is just going to happen and it's going to be fine no matter what happens, and like going with the flow like we talked about in the last season. Like I had to find that balance. I always say that because like,
how can you balance out the gut feeling and then like you doing it? Like, how you can balance that out?
Well, for me, I feel like I know when it's out of balance, and that's how I like figure out how to bring it back to center. Like, when it's out of balance for me, I feel like I'm going too much with the flow, or like I'm doing what everybody else is doing. I'm like following. Whereas like I needed to find like more of myself, which was like that leader, like that person who's just not afraid to say or do what she wanted, or not do something, or like say, hey, I don't want to do that. I feel like at one point I was just doing stuff because I was afraid to be like by myself for a long time, which is crazy.
Really?
I mean, it's not crazy, but I just felt like I couldn't be by myself.
Was you not confident in yourself to be by yourself?
What is
felt
it?
Comfortable in your own skin to be by yourself?
Yeah. Like I felt like I didn't really have enough love for myself to be able to like respect what I didn't want to do, or respect what I did want to do, and I didn't even speak up on it. You know, I mean, you know, when you're growing up, when you're getting older and stuff, like a lot of times you don't really think about it when you're younger. Like, you don't really get put in situations where you have the voice or the capacity to like voice how you feeling. When you're young, when I was younger, I felt like I didn't really have an opinion, or shouldn't have had an opinion on anything really. So I was just kind of like going with what I felt like everybody else said was okay, you know?
Oh, wow.
Like, everybody was speaking for me. Like, you know what I mean? And it was so toxic.
But you feel like you can speak up now and go with your gut feeling and say, oh, no, I'm not trying to do that.
Hell yeah. Especially, you know, getting older, and just like, I feel like once you get older, you just don't put up with certain shit that you used to. So it's like yeah, if I'm not finna do that, I'm not finna do that. Or if I want to go, I'm gonna go. Or if I need to sleep, I'm gonna stay in and I'm gonna sleep. Like, yeah, and guess I'm learning that now a little bit. Adulting, now that I put myself in the situation, now I have no choice but to like speak up for myself and grow how I need to, so it's like, yeah, I don't have no choice, bro. Like, it's either me or nobody else at this point. So what about you?
Well, I mean, it's been plenty of times where I just never go with that gut initial feeling. Like, I just be like, well, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it would be cool, and then I later on just regret it. Or sometimes, like when I don't go with my gut feeling, it be a good time. you know,
Yeah,
just 'cause.
true. I mean, I want to say, yeah, you shouldn't like, definitely shouldn't like plan everything out. Like, you shouldn't like, life is not, life does not work out that way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Sorry. My camera went off. Where were we?
Yeah, you was about like you was saying that you don't know how to like you think you being too assertive with what you say.
With like how I communicate things.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I just feel like once a person is like strong in their opinion about something, or like very um strong about, I guess, their opinion. What did I just say that? If they have a strong opinion about something, it comes across as like they know what they're talking about and they always like have the right answer for things. Whereas, like, I don't feel like it should be that way. Like, trusting your gut is one thing, but like imposing it on other people is like a totally different thing, right? And so I just feel like if I am going to trust my gut with something, it should only be for me,
Mhm.
for my personal growth, my gain, my whatever it is that I am working towards. So, like, sometimes I do feel like the way people communicate things to me is very like assertive and it's a lot, and like I'm not prepared for it. But I think what I'm realizing is that they're comfortable with trusting their instinct. They're comfortable with trusting their own opinion and their, you know, whatever they have going on that they're trying to express to me. And that if I'm like insecure about something, or if I'm like not sure of myself, it could come across as like they're attacking me, or um like I just don't trust you because like I don't trust myself, kind of thing. And like it becomes into like, it turns into them attacking
Mhm.
me, and that's not their intention, right? So yeah, I just feel like that sometimes is like a weird, that it happens in life where it's like you can say one thing but like you say something else and it comes off another way. And like, communication is weird. Like, communication is weird. Like, it's so important, but it's so weird. Like, I can't, like, you could always say the wrong thing or you could always say the right thing, but either way, like,
I mean, as long as you saying it like how you feel, like I don't think that's a wrong thing. I mean, if you speak how you feel and not just have it all bottled up, I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, it's just how the way they take it.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I guess I care a lot about how I'm looked at.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
So, yeah, which is not really a good thing all the time, because, like, who cares if you look at me? If you don't like me, I don't care. But, like, a lot of times when I was younger, I did care. I did
Mhm.
care how people, like, looked at me, or, like, what they thought about me and stuff like that. So, a lot of times, like, I felt like I had to please people.
Mhm.
And I think that's a lot of the reason why I didn't follow my gut. I didn't listen to my intuition because, like, I felt like I needed to be something or be somebody for everybody to think that I was cool or I was like fly. You know what I mean? Like, when in actuality, I'm just like, I'm Tia. You know what I mean? Like, I'm Tia. Like, I'm not really doing nothing for real.
But you know what I've learned is just like when you're such a people pleaser, you lose yourself in like who you are and what you like.
Ooh.
You don't follow your gut instinct on what you want and what you
Yeah,
feel.
yeah. You become like somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't become a narcissist. Because that's not okay. Again, there's a fine line between like what's okay and what's not okay, right? So like just be cognizant. I would say just be cognizant of those things. Like try not to overdo stuff or underdo stuff because like you could always or what is it? What's the saying? Like everything in moderation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they say too much of everything is bad.
Too much of anything, right. So yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So I guess with that, I didn't want to make this a super long episode, but like I really don't care at this point. I kind of wanted to get into like trust, like because trusting your gut, trusting your gut, listening to your gut is like trusting yourself.
Mm. Yeah.
I feel it's like, do you trust yourself?
There's certain aspects I do. I mean, I do trust myself in a way, but like trusting myself to like, I would say, damn, I can't even think. I want to say, but then I was like, I don't know. But I mean, I kind of feel like sometimes it's just, I don't really know myself at some points, so I can't really trust myself sometimes. You know what I mean?
You don't know yourself enough to trust yourself. Is that what you're saying?
Like in some
In some
sense.
instances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you feel like? You feel like you trust yourself? No.
I would say the same thing to an extent. I mean, I hear that. Like, I hear, like, because a lot of times I feel like I don't know myself well enough to know what I would do in a situation. Or, like, if it was something I would do, who am I to say, like, if that's something I wouldn't do or won't do? Or, and I feel like that goes back to, like, self-love and, you know, just knowing yourself and your boundaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I think over time I wasn't trusting my gut. I wasn't listening to myself because I didn't know myself. I didn't know myself enough to trust what I was gonna do or what I was gonna say or like anything. And you know, like you're saying, and like it was really tough for me. But I think as I got older, like I started to realize like if I don't trust myself, who's gonna trust me
Yeah.
to like do anything or say anything, or who's gonna put that responsibility on me if I can't even learn how to put that responsibility on myself? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was a hard pill to swallow. Like that was a hard pill to swallow because I was like, yo, now I have to like own up to my shit. You know, like I have to own up and talk the talk and walk the walk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, that's deep. I didn't think of that shit.
Yeah, it's scary. You know, that's why I'm like, I don't even like, I don't even like taking pills. You know what I'm saying? But that was a hard, like that was hard. Like, so yeah, like, I mean, yeah.
But I asked this to a lot of people. I was just like saying like, knowing who you are, and I mean, I already know you're in a relationship or whatever, but like knowing who you are as a person, do you feel like as though like with your gut instinct, you would date yourself?
Zooms in. Hell yeah. One, I'm fine. At least I think so. Two, I feel like I would take such good care of myself. Like sis, what you need? You need your nails done. Cool, let's go. Like it's that. You know what I mean? Or like you need somebody to talk to, like I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, and I felt like I've been afraid to do that for so long that I'm just tired of being afraid of myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm tired of like fighting myself to love myself, to trust myself, to be like, I just want to be okay with who I am no matter what the circumstance, whatever is happening in my life or around me, like to use that to guide me or to help me like navigate through the rest of my life, like because that's the only thing I can do. You know what I mean? I can only be the best part of me, or try to be the best part of me to the best of my ability, and like everything in life will just align how it needs to. You know, I've learned like what I was saying before, like trying to force a situation or be aggressive towards a situation could really like fight against your gut feeling sometimes, even though you feel like you have to push something, or you have to like get something to happen so badly, and you feel like it's your gut telling you to do that. Sometimes it's just you trying to like control the situation, and like you know, and I've had to learn that like look, like sometimes you just gotta go with the flow and like let things happen, like be the best version of yourself, and then things are gonna just happen the way it needs to for the best of version of you. You know what I mean? So like yeah, like hell yeah, I would date myself. Would you date yourself?
I
That's a good
mean,
question.
I feel like if shit, I already do shit. I'm single as hell, so. But I don't know. I guess yeah, because once I'm into a person, I feel as though like I will want to do things and go out and not go out, but like do things and have our days and communicate and shit like that. But you know.
Yeah, you always tell me about that, like communicating. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like if you were looking for a partner and something like that, that would be like something that's major for you in that relationship, or something that you would consistently like reinforce?
Well, yeah. I mean, I already like talk a whole lot too. Like once I get to know a person, but
Yeah,
like,
I feel like it would be like a nice thing for, and then we can go on triple dates or double dates, you know?
That would be nice. I'm waiting for someone to hit her line so we can make that shit happen for real. Like
but I'm not really rushing. Well, I should be since I'm like gonna be like 30 in like what 2 more years, 3 more years.
girl, don't rush the process.
I'm not, but you know what I'm saying. It wouldn't hurt, you know.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, do you feel like this is a good question. Do you feel like you trust your gut, you trust your instinct enough to be able to trust somebody else's?
Mm, uh, I don't know because you don't never know with people. I mean, I trust myself enough to see if that person is real or if he's on something else. But I just feel like you can't really know a person until like you get to know them in like three months or something like that. So I just feel like I don't know. I can't. And even then, I probably that's my problem. I don't think I can trust people like that.
Mm,
It's kind of hard.
yeah.
I know you like. I'm glad I ain't did a dating world.
Girl, like I mean, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like it took me a really long time to learn how to trust people for real. Like anybody, bro. Like anybody. Like, and I always say that. I always say that on the podcast. Like it's taken me a really long time to like let people in. Like because when I do, I feel like when I've done that in the past and I've done it with like an open heart, open hands, open, like I always get the short end of the stick, or I always get like something thrown in my face or my back stabbed, you know what I mean? And it's like I'm not gonna put myself through any kind of bullshit like that anymore. And like that's where I have to learn how to trust myself. And like I felt like eventually once I did start to trust and love who I was for who I was, I began to like attract the person that also does the same. Like if I have the capacity and I have the strength to trust and love myself, like that is the person that I would want to be with. I want to be with somebody who also trusts and love themselves like tenfold and would do anything for themselves, who would date themselves as well. You know what I mean? So like it can't be a one way thing. Yeah, it has to be like mutual.
So how did you like know like okay, yeah, like I feel like I can trust him enough to like just, you know, get into my circle, be into my circle type shit.
Into my circle like of friends.
No, like into my circle, like into your, I mean, break your wall down.
Whoa.
not, not like that.
No, I know what you meant. It's just I heard something else. You know what I mean? Like, don't make me laugh.
Oh my god! No, just you know
I feel like fuck. I feel like it took me a really long time because like I felt like he had this space for me. This is why I love my baby. I love my baby so much. He gave me the space to learn how to trust myself over again. Like I was not in a place where I was willing to communicate about certain things from my past that like really really hurt me, and like I felt like it was putting like a stop on the continuation of our like relationship and us communicating about how we feel about certain things or why we choose to do stuff or handle the way we do. Like he didn't really understand where I was coming from, so like I felt like I had to either communicate that to him, and that took me, you know, a lot of like courage to like be like, okay, I have to trust myself to be okay with him taking care of me and not hurting me or not like holding back myself because I'm afraid of getting hurt, you know, but just like
you feel like
learning.
he was gonna do you the same way they
did. Yeah, and I think that's where the like lack of trust comes from, like just always anticipating that somebody's gonna hurt you after you are hurt. Like a lot of trauma like resurfaces and stuff with relationships, and like it's really hard to get through that sometimes, you know. But like if you have somebody who is like strong and like is willing to like, you know, talk to you through that or like be with you through that, like girl, don't make me cry.
Oh, it's so cute.
Like just that gives you the space to learn how to trust and love yourself, because while you're in a relationship you're still learning how to love yourself and trust yourself, and you're still growing, you're still humaning, you know what I mean? Like you're still doing human stuff, you know. So it's like you have to find somebody that was willing to love you through all of that, like everything. And I've been blessed and fortunate enough to have been with somebody who's done that for me, and like I wish that on everybody like that.
Found your soulmate.
Go make me cry. No. But yeah, girl, I feel like this is a good ending. This is a good wrap up to our episode.
Yes.
Is there
Wrap it up
anything
then.
Is there anything else that you wanted to mention about listening to your gut?
Oh yes, follow your gut, you know, and sometimes I don't know. I would say, damn, because you know you went with your gut and you found your soulmate. So
Well, I don't know if I went with my gut.
that's what I'm saying. Like you know, if you don't go with your gut,
Right.
like, you ended up.
It's that weird, like, in between, right? It's that weird, like, limbo phase, like, where you're like, should I trust my gut? And, like, because at first, honestly, to be honest with you, I wasn't, like, 100% for him at first. I was like, should I like him? I don't know. Should I trust him? Like, do I like him? I don't think I like him. But eventually, you know, I did kind of, like, trust my gut with it. And I was like, yeah, he's a good guy. Like, you know. So I think it's situational.
Yeah. Trust your gut in situational
situations. I mean, don't get me wrong, for your safety and for others around you, like, if you feel like you're not in a good situation, please listen to your gut and get yourself out of that situation, because, like, stuff like that is easily get you killed or get you hurt, you know? Like, so please, like, just be careful when you're dealing with things that are, like, very impulsive, because sometimes when you go off of impulse, it can really, like, stir you off, and, like, that's when I feel like you need to listen to your gut and be like, okay, this is not for me, or this is not, like do what's best for you, in other words.
Exactly. You know yourself, so know yourself.
Know yourself.
Cheers.
Cheers. No, that wasn't a clink. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Blossom Podcast. Girl, it's been so long.
I know, right?
This my girl, y'all. Like, she really down. She really down for me. Like, thought she wasn't gonna show up for a second, but you did. But you did. It was given. Yeah, nah.
She would want to hit me up at 5:00 traffic. I gotta be there.
You could have came earlier. I wouldn't have cared, you know. But yeah, girl, thank you for joining me on another episode, and we will see you guys on the next one. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes.
Bye. Okay, let's wave to the camera. Oh, we on camera now. Oh my gosh.